Good morning. Welcome to the Bird's Nest. Please like, comment, and subscribe for your NFL recaps, news, and gossip. Well, I guess today is a gossip day. It's always kind of hard to decide if it's gossip or if it's news. Yesterday, ESPN Cleveland, was it ESPN Cleveland? It's another one, like 92.3 or something. One of them had the radio DJ, what do you call him? I don't know, commentator, say that Shedeur is not getting scout team reps. Guys, I'm not going to do a whole video on that because I already did. If you want to know the role of the emergency quarterback, look a few videos back. I told you exactly what it was when Shedeur was initially named the emergency quarterback. The emergency quarterback is in the title and everything. Just go and look at it. But, and I know I assume if I know, that gentleman should know. I'm not saying their names anymore. Even this one who claims to be pro Shadore, it's all an act. All of it is an act from all of them. It's all to generate clicks. Everything they do is to generate clicks. None of it is genuine. Whether they support them or they're against them. So they continue to do things to make clicks. Now, if he doesn't know the role of an emergency quarterback, he should research it like I did. That's his full-time job. This is my hobby. That is his full-time job. But he comes out and says, Shedeur is not getting any scout team reps. And everybody runs with that. Everybody keeps running with, Shedeur fans keep running with Cleveland clickbait. I kind of understand, like, people who do YouTube videos, they need views desperately, and some of them just appear to be Shedeur fan pages. I didn't realize that. I thought they were football pages that happen to be covering Shedeur over the spring and summer. But now that the season is here and Shedeur's not even playing, and every single video they post is about Shedeur, I can only assume that they're not football channels. They are Shedeur channels. And that's cool. That's great. That's great. I rarely watch because I keep my ear to the street. And so I know when there's Shedeur news. And if there's no Shedeur news, I know that whatever you're saying about Shedeur is just clickbait. It's nothing new. I don't need to watch it. Well, the Cleveland media, let's call it that, because it's more than one. Sorry. The Cleveland media continues to use Shedeur for clicks and therefore generate stories for everybody else to latch on to. But I don't understand why people on social media are still engaging with those people. Don't let them get clicks from Shedeur. Don't let them. Rely on your team. Shedeur's not playing. You don't get to make money off of him, or I wish that you wouldn't get to make money off of him when he's not playing. So, I already told y'all. Emergency QB3 normally works with the scout team. Emergency quarterback can't work with the scout team because they have to prepare to play in the game. QB3, it's not likely that QB3 or the emergency quarterback are going to play in the game. It's highly unlikely. The other two quarterbacks got to go down for that to happen. And for the emergency quarterback, he got to go down in the game. In the game. It got to happen in the game. Both of them go down. But just to, in case that happens, I need to do a research on, has that ever happened where 2 quarterbacks got removed from the game, whether it be for disqualification or injury? Has it ever happened? So Shadore's the emergency quarterback, and so he does have to prepare to play. So he gets the same preparation as Dylan. That's why he can't run the scout team, because he needs to be in game preparation meetings. I already told y'all this. Y'all already know. You know, my channel is small, so a lot of people don't know, so they can fall for Cleveland media acting like they're surprised that Shedeur is not getting scout team reps when they know he was named an emergency quarterback. And I understand that's game to game, but my assumption is they're going to keep calling him that. We'll see. Every week is a surprise with Cleveland. I give them that. You never know what they're going to do. Excuse me. So, there's no big deal about Shedeur not getting scout team reps. And do y'all know what the scout team does? Shedeur's role on the scout team would be to imitate the quarterback of the team that they are playing. And there will be weeks where it will be beneficial to use Shedeur in that capacity. Absolutely. But a Lamar Jackson week is not the week. I don't know that Shedeur could mimic him. I don't know if they have anybody. They might have to get a wide receiver to do it. You never know what they do. They might have to get a wide receiver to mimic Lamar Jackson in the quarterback role on the scout team. Okay? So it would not make sense for Shedeur or Dylan to get reps with the scout team. And that's another thing I keep telling y'all. Shedeur is not the only one not getting reps. Dylan ain't getting them either, guys. He didn't even mention Dylan, because he could have said Dylan nor Shedeur are getting scout team reps. Or I heard. But no, because saying that, the clicks wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't generate all of this hysteria that it has generated just by saying that Shedeur is not getting it. Neither one of them are getting it, because really they have a very similar game. It's just that Dylan is way shorter than Shedeur. So, no big deal. Some other game maybe against the Giants. Shedeur could absolutely run the scout team then, and Dylan would be even better because they both short. Y'all may not know it, but Russell is short, just like Dylan. So Dylan could get some reps that week, and so could Shedeur for his passing capabilities. But Dylan has passing capabilities in college. We don't know if he could get over the offense in the NFL. We'll see that. I'm sorry, the defense in the NFL. We'll see that eventually, I assume. But we don't know yet. We don't know. We shouldn't, even myself, shouldn't make assumptions about what he can or can't do. We just haven't seen it. Other games that Shedeur could mimic the quarterback. I mean, there's a lot of them. I don't need to name them all. There's a lot of them. This just wasn't one of them. So it wasn't any big deal. But they will continue to use him for clicks, just like after the loss to the Bengals, their best chance to win in the first 6 weeks. They're talking about him having on shades and his hat to the back. He's a thug because he got his hat on to the back. A boy that grew up in affluence don't have no thug type friends. He really doesn't. You ain't never seen him with nobody like that, but he's a thug. Child, these people, anything for clicks. I mean, and that's the name of the game. If that's what you do for a living, you got to do it. That's why these people that I thought were serious football content creators are all selling their soul for Shedeur clicks. And like not talking about anything else because it doesn't get a lot of traffic. I do my recaps. I'm going to keep doing them. I've been doing this my second year doing recaps. Last year, I got even less interaction than I do this year. But I'm going to keep doing them because I love Shedeur, but I love other players too. And let me just tell you, my Keon Coleman is back, honey. I had quit him because I thought he did something that he didn't do. I found out, it just came up on my TikTok timeline. I don't even know why, because I had quit Keon. You know what? I think I did search for him when I started hearing that he was balling out. Somehow I heard it. I must have heard it on Twitter. And so then I searched for him. I think that's what caused him to come up on my TikTok timeline. So it was like the universe saying, girl, you jumping to conclusions just because you thought you saw something. Look. And they showed me that what I thought I saw that turned me off so bad, I did not see. It did not exist. I made a dumb assumption based on a video that wasn't clear. Let's put it that way. So, I'm back on my Keon, and let me tell you that I love him just like I love Shadore. And when I found out that what I thought was true wasn't true, I cheered and jumped up and down and was like, yay! I'm back on Keon. I love him. So he will be my number 2 player to watch. And I got a scale down. I can't watch all those games like I did last week because I couldn't do recaps because it was so many back to back to back. I was watching 2 games at a time, and I only got 1 recap out. So here's it. This is it. I'm watching. Well, they ain't at the top anymore. At the top is Keon. Until Shedeur starts playing, Keon is at the top of my watch list. I will be watching the Bills again. I'm already intimately familiar with them because Keon was at the top of my list last season. So Keon Coleman is the order. Cam Ward, Michael Penix. I know I'm forgetting one that I love. Shedeur, but he's not playing. So there's nothing I can do. I can't cover him. And I kind of want to look at the Browns because I don't want to dog out their quarterbacks without knowing what I'm talking about. You cannot go off of stats. You have to see it, what it looks like. That's the only way to tell. So those are my main focus this year. Keon, Cam Ward, Michael Penix, and I'll put the Browns down here. They will not be number 1. I'll put them down here. I'm going to watch them. And then I got others that I watch. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, you know. Jaden Daniels. I watched him last night. I don't watch Jaden that much. I like Jaden, but for some reason, I'm not compelled to watch him that much. I watch him sometimes. I watched half the game last night. A little bit. I mean, they were already doing bad. I was hearing that they were doing bad, and I was hoping when I tuned in that he would recover while I was watching. But you know, one thing I noticed last season, I think it was last season, might have been the season before. I've been watching a couple of years, like really into it. When they say that there's this long-standing thing, they never win the 3rd game of the season and blah blah, that such and such. Like, when there's a thing like that, most of the time it stays true. So the thing last night was Washington has never, this is what they said, right? Yeah. Washington has never won in Green Bay. So when they say that, I'm starting to believe it. It's either a mental thing that gets into the whole team's psyche, saying, okay, we never win at this place. We gonna win this time, but in the back of their mind, they're saying we ain't gonna win. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, Either it's that or the fix is in. Because I don't trust these mofos no more. This Shedeur thing done took all my trust away of the NFL. In combination with the fact that the refs dragged the Chiefs to the Super Bowl last year. That was some nonsense. So I know they will fix things. They'll make things be what they want it to be. So if they say Washington has never won in Green Bay in 40 years or something like that it was, well, they can say that, and then you get excited about the game, and then more people watch because they want to see, is this going to be the year that they do it? No, they ain't going to do it because the NFL doesn't want it to happen because they need to be able to use it for views next year too. Or whenever's the next time they play, you know. I don't even know if they're in the same division. The only division that I know about who the teams are in it is the AFC North, because I was watching Russell last year. So they lost. Jaden Daniels looked the worst I've ever seen him look. I don't know if the fix was in or if it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know what to think with the NFL anymore. But that's cool. I'll keep watching, you know. I like to think that most of the time the fix is not in. It's in on Shadore, for sure. And I'm praying, if he's on punishment and that's what's going on, that's what I've been saying. That's what I think. That doesn't mean it's true. It's just an opinion. But that's what I think, is that Shadore's on punishment. Like, this whole thing is him on punishment. The fact that he's on Cleveland is punishment for them. Because, see, they mad at him. They had to go come up with a whole collusion thing because of the Browns giving Deshaun Watson all that money against the other owner's wishes. So, everybody's on punishment. The Browns and Shedeur. So, my theory, which is probably not true, is that they on punishment together. Shedeur got banished to the Browns, who didn't even want him. That part I do believe. They didn't want him. And they're stuck with him. They can't cut him. They can't put him on a practice squad. They can't do nothing. They done brought back that damn emergency quarterback rule just for him. I have not heard of one other quarterback, emergency quarterback in the whole NFL. Shadore's the only one. I believe they brought that rule back just for him, so that the Browns can make him inactive without putting him on the practice squad. Because as much as they wanted to teach him a lesson, some of these owners are probably like, uh-oh, okay, we can use them now, right? Can we use them now? Can we use them now? Like Miami and New Orleans. So, I believe they're both on punishment. You're going to be stuck with them for that Deshaun debacle. That mess you pulled with Deshaun, you going to pay. Keep him right there. As a matter of fact, you can't even, you could draft get the high pick, but you can't play him. Because Shedeur was the high pick. They got to get him cheap. You can have him for cheap, but you can't play him. Period. Play you get that little guy. Get him in the third round. Give him a couple dollars before he get kicked out the league or be a eternal backup. Or maybe they wanted Dylan. Maybe they wanted Dylan, but they wanted him to be an eternal backup, not QB1. So, I'm hoping that the punishment, I hope it doesn't last a whole season, but I have mentally prepared myself that Shedeur is on punishment for the season. Guys, I know we don't want to accept it and we want to assume that they lied. Do you know who Shedeur is? Do you even know him? He is fully capable of going in there and saying what they said he said. We've heard him say it multiple times. So, It wasn't okay. You can't go in an interview acting like that. No matter how high you think of yourself, you have to address your future employer with respect. You can't make them feel like you think they are beneath you, even if they are. But really, you shouldn't treat anyone like they're beneath you. Actually, that goes for all of you. Everyone. No one is beneath anyone. You should not treat people like that. It's okay for us to be Shedeur fans and acknowledge that he made a mistake. He did not know any better, which is something they also hold against him. They say he's immature. You probably would be a little immature if you were up under your parent until you were 23 years old. You might have a little bit of immaturity in there. So it could be that because of his behavior, which was unacceptable, he's on punishment. At least they let him in the league. They could have kept him out. They let him in. Let's hope this punishment is no longer than a season. And honestly, I'm praying that it's less than a season. I'm praying that if Joe and Dylan get the Browns to a horrible record, that Shedeur will be allowed to play at least 5 games as a starting quarterback. That's what I'm hoping for, so that he can show what he has and someone can pick him up. And if it's the Browns, it might be the Browns. I don't think it's them, though. I don't think it's them. They are obsessed with analytics. They don't really care about actual ability. That's the impression I get from them. They don't care about ability. Analytics mean everything to them. And for a team like that, Shedeur is not even right for them. That's why they didn't want him. So, yeah, they won't keep him. But hopefully he will get to play so that Miami will go get him. Personally, I want him on Dallas. I had said that Dallas offered Coach Prime a job. That wasn't expressly stated. Let's put it that way. They did talk to Coach Prime about the job when the job was vacant. I have no idea whose idea it was for them to talk to one another. Did they reach out to him or did he reach out to them? I don't know. In the end, he didn't accept the job because he had the condition that I wanted him to have. Well, half of what I wanted him to have. Coach Prime said this out of his mouth, that he would take the job if he could coach both of his sons. And we've discussed, and we've seen with our own 2 eyes, that Shiloh's not really an NFL quality quarterback. I'm sorry, safety. So you shouldn't demand that teams hire him when he's not good enough. And so they could not come to terms on that, or as far as we know, we didn't get the final disposition. We just know that it didn't happen. And if they would have taken both his sons, I think it would have. Now, if he could go to Dallas, well, they got a coach now. I don't know. I mean, they look good in their first game, so they got a coach now. I might keep an eye on them, too, to see how that coach is doing, because I would like Shedeur to go to Dallas, even with Dak being there. I want to see Shedeur play so bad. And injuries happen. Dak was injured last year. You know, injuries happen, so he might have little pockets to be able to get games in. But I would like for him to be behind Dak. I don't have no problem with that. I want him in Dallas. He's from Dallas. I think it's a good place for him. Miami is cool and it's a big market, and it would be good for his brand. But would it be good for him on a personal level? I don't think so. Even Shiloh has even said Miami is not the place for Shedeur. Shedeur loves Miami. I don't know if it would impact him professionally, but personally, it could get messy. Shedeur's personal life is not messy at all. We don't even know nothing about it. Shedeur got a whole girlfriend that he been with for 2 years. Do y'all know her? Have you ever seen her? He don't do that. Well, if he goes to Miami with 50 million girls that look like his girlfriend because he with her because he like how she looks. She's beautiful. She stole him from Storm Reed. That's how fine she is. Even though she's 30 years old. Things are gonna get messy if Shadore is it's only so much you could hide your cheating activities. And I'm not saying he's a cheater. Okay, of course he's a cheater because that girl took him from Storm Reed, but nobody knew about that. And that's the way it needs to stay. And going to Miami might be messy. So, that might be a reason that I don't want him in Miami. Is that it would get messy in his personal life. And I like that that's not part of his brand. I like that none of the Sanders boys ever post their woman. That's the same thing with Shiloh. Shiloh been with his girlfriend ever since Jackson State. Same girlfriend. Shiloh about to be the next one to get married. That's what I think. First one to get married, actually. None of Prime's kids are married. I think Shiloh's going to be the first one. So, I want him in Dallas. Or New Orleans. I would love him in New Orleans because I would love to go see him play in New Orleans. I would go see him play at least twice a year in New Orleans because I love New Orleans. I love Miami too, and I'll go see him twice a year there too, but if that's not right for him, I don't want him there. But Dallas is the best. I have no desire to go to Dallas. I'll go see him play somewhere else if he's playing for Dallas, not in Dallas. But it just seems like the right place for him. And so, hopefully, he will get to play and show off his skills that we know he has, despite whatever the narrative has been put out by the NFL and the Browns to make him look like a scrub, to justify him being QB3 when you know he should be QB1. Just give him some time to play so he can prove himself so Dallas can pick him up. That's what I want. I want him in Dallas. That's it. That's all, guys. I just wanted to do a quick video because it was all this brouhaha about the fact that Shedeur wasn't getting scout team reps, and that's nonsense. It was clickbait. Let's try not to engage that Cleveland media while Shedeur's not playing. Everything they say about him is clickbait. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah.